Is it just me, or is this movie coming out at the wrong time? So Geostorm is about these natural disasters that are killing thousands of people, and so they gotta look for an alternate solution. And in 2019, which is oddly coming up pretty close, uh, was anyone taking notes during this movie? No? Alrighty then. So Gerard Butler makes a satellite web looking thing that controls the weather of the entire world, and it works pretty well for a good amount of time. However, it starts going a little haywire. But is it because there was a little bit of an error in the system, or is it being sabotaged? So Gerard Butler has to go up into space to figure out what the problem is. And that's where he spends a good amount of the time during the movie. He's hardly ever on Earth. He just spends all his time in space. Huh. So yeah, Gerald Butler doesn't spend a whole lot of time here on Earth. It's all spent up in space. And both these movie posters don't really happen because he's never in a disaster situation, which is kind of disappointing because I was hoping to follow somebody go through these situations, but that doesn't really happen. I mean, you follow these one group of people on Earth, but you don't really care about them. And they only go through one disaster while all the other ones you're watching are just a bunch of people you have no idea or care about, and you're just like, okay, yeah, I mean, I get a whole bunch of people are dying, but I gotta latch on to somebody, someone that I have interest in or want to survive. I just don't know anything about these people. It just doesn't really work. But I'm not gonna lie, there was like a couple disaster stuff towards the beginning of the film, and then 50 minutes or so later, the other disaster stuff happens. And granted, it gets a little bit more interesting in that part, just because disasters start happening more rapidly. But during that 50-minute part, I'm just like, yeah, I'm getting kind of bored. In fact, during one of the conversations, I just completely zoned out and was thinking, blah, 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 blah. I just came into this movie to see some cool looking disaster stuff. Yet, I'm not getting that. Or am I? No, I'm not. The disaster stuff doesn't look that great either. Some of it looks pretty decent, and some of it's just like, eh. I was honestly expecting to see something pretty cool going into this movie because I was thinking they would have like some storms merged together and have some pretty interesting outcomes at least to watch, but not really. You pretty much see all the stuff you heard about before or seen about before in a movie, like tsunamis, tornadoes. Actually, I don't even remember if there was a tornado in this movie, but I mean, just all the typical stuff. You just don't see anything really different here, and you've seen it better before. I was honestly surprised by how much of this movie actually took place in space. Like, I felt like over half the movie took place in space. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. I'd actually be surprised if it didn't, to be honest, but it really didn't care for it because that's not what I came into the movie for. I came in to see a disaster movie, not a space movie, and that's probably what most other people came in there for, so it was kind of disappointing on that end. But then the movie does become a little bit more entertaining during its final act, but it's still pretty predictable, and it has one of the most cliche endings that there is. It's just, most of this movie, you've seen it before, and you've seen it better. And there's also a lot of coincidences in this movie. Like, oh, I just happen to have this person as a wife. Huh, thank the Lord. Oh, holy crap. What am I gonna do? I'm so screwed. I can't do this. Oh, that's exactly what I needed. Huh. All's good. So I'm going to give Geostorm a 3 out of 9. And would it be worth seeing at any ticket price? So I just made it home from Geostorm, and I am very glad I made it here because I am super tired and I can lay down in my bed. I'm looking forward to going to sleep because this movie, I yawned a lot through it and a lot on the way home, not gonna lie. I was hoping to do my review tonight, but obviously that's not gonna happen now. I'm just too tired, man. I definitely say go check out Only the Brave if you gotta choose one of the movies that came out this weekend. I would say this one's worth skipping. Wasn't that great in my opinion. It was just kind of boring. Yeah. Not a whole lot of disaster for a disaster film. Yeah, not a good sign. Not a good sign at all. So thank you all very much for watching this. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more content like this. And remember, no movie is a perfect 10 out of 10. God bless you all.